5 mistakes that I made as an entrepreneur when I started. The very first one was a lack of focus. I was trying to do lots and lots of different things at the same time. A little bit of this, trying a little bit of that, a bit of wheeling, dealing, putting your fingers in lots of pies, but actually that's very difficult to get any great results. I know some people perform really well in that situation where they've got lots of things going on, juggling lots of balls, but I find focusing on one thing, doing it really well to the best of your ability is the way to produce the best result. So lack of focus is the first one. The second one was undervaluing time. Undervaluing time meaning what I was charging for our time, for our products, what we were selling. The price we were setting is very low because we were fearful that people wouldn't pay for something at a certain price. When actually when we understand the value of something, not necessarily what the price for something is, but what value that's going to bring to somebody, what is that worth? So for instance, let's think about you've got a toothache right now and it's fairly painful. You make an appointment at the dentist. Dentist gives you an appointment in 2 weeks' time and you book that in, that's fine. But let's say you're in excruciating pain. You're in massive pain right now. And that appointment that you've got in 2 weeks' time, let's say it's £100 appointment. Now it's possible to get somebody in that will come and see you immediately, but it's going to be £500. It's 5 times the price, but the value of that, i.e. resolving that pain for you immediately, is worth more than the 2 weeks of pain that you might be in. So it's by understanding the difference between value and price, and I underpriced ourselves by not understanding value. The third mistake I made was just being too nice to everybody. I thought it was really important to be super nice to everybody. And what actually happens in that process is people start taking advantage of you. People start trampling over you. When there's an opportunity to screw you over, they'll do that because they think you're always super nice, and they mix up that with being weak. And some people are nice and weak as well, but the important thing is that they shouldn't misunderstand your kindness as weakness. And that's because you recognize that difference yourself. At the beginning, I didn't recognize that. I was just super nice all the time, allowing people to trample all over us. And now I still like to think I'm a nice person, but we don't allow people to trample over us. The fourth mistake was trying to figure everything out myself. Now, this was a time when I started about 30 plus years ago in business. Information was a challenge. There was no such thing as the internet. You couldn't just find information. It was down to the library, opening books. And what I would do is I'd try and find out and figure out things myself, either by trial and error or trial and terror, if you like. Or alternatively, what I might be doing is trying to just read and consume loads of books to try and collate the information, because at that time I felt that knowledge was power. If I knew how to do something, that would be the edge I'd have. That might be, for example, in tech or whatever it might be. Then later on, I realized actually it's so much easier to find the people who are the absolute geniuses at that particular thing. They're the best at what they do, and then learn from them and shortcut your learning process rather than trying to figure all this stuff out yourself. The fifth and final mistake I made as an entrepreneur when I started, particularly when I started, it's 30 plus years ago, I was absolutely obsessed about making money. So I was driven by making money as opposed to other outcomes and the bigger picture of what we're trying to achieve. Building a business, building something for the future, building something sustainable. I was just focused on the money. The challenge with that is often we'll make decisions based on short-term results rather than thinking about the bigger picture. And when you're trying to build a business, what you want to do is lay solid foundations and think about the bigger picture. How's this going to grow? Where you're going to be in 5 years' time, in 10, 20 years' time, because that's where most businesses will make significant amounts of money rather than the day-to-day activity is the value they're building in their business. So rather than thinking short-term, how can I make a quick buck? Think about how can I build this as a long-term business. Hey, if you're enjoying these Saj daily videos, then what I'd like you to do is click on my face over here to subscribe to the channel, and also click on the bell in order to get the notifications when these videos are being released. Then what to do next is click on this video here, and I'll see you over here on this video next.